What is going on, guys? NiftyBacon back from Car Mechanic Simulator, and I've had a lot of requests in the comments about like engine swaps. If you guys weren't aware how to do that, I'll show you guys right here. It's really simple, honestly. You just hit Y with your controller, go into car status with the car, and as you can see on the right hand side, up by kind of where the interior condition is, like right below it, there are the engine swap options, which are the engines you can put into this car, and most of them are usually like this as well. There's usually sometimes a supercharged V8 that you can put in it as well, but for this specific car, we can put in the V8 1 carb, 2 carb, the OHV 6P, which is already in this one, and also the mag. Now the V8 OHV Hemi, that has not been added to the game yet until we get the DLC for the Dodges, like the Dodge Charger and Challenger. That's what that engine's for. The Windsor and the 385 are also in different DLCs as well. I'm not sure which DLC those are for exactly just yet, so don't have a whole lot of information on that. But we basically only have like the 1 carb V8, 2 carb V8, supercharged V8, the 6P and the mag V8s are what we can do. And where you actually create these engines or swap the engine out is you go over here, and then you can pick one engine you want to build, and then you can put that engine that you built into the car that you have. So that's how you swap them out. But you have to make sure the name matches, like the name of the swap and the swap options. The engine name has to be specific, because for example the V8 OHV Hemi, you think, oh, I can put a Hemi in here, you know, there's an engine in here that's a Hemi, which is this V8 Hemi. Well, you can't do that because it's not the exact name. This V8 Hemi is actually for an SUV, like a Jeep Cherokee that we have in the game, and that's all it can be used for. As you notice, it has a 4x4 transfer case in the end of the gearbox, so that's supposed to be for that, so it doesn't fit in like cars or anything like that, so there's no way to swap it into that. And as you can see, it doesn't have V8 Hemi on the list, so it has to be the specific name, and we don't have the DLCs for certain engines yet, so you can only use specific engines like the 1 carb, 2 carb, the 6P, the mag, and the supercharged V8, like I was saying before. And then like the Coyote engine and other things like that, you know, you can do. But like for the example, this car right here, the RX-7, there's no swap option, so you can't swap any motors into it. The only one that goes into it is the rotary engine for this car, so there's no way to swap it. So that's how that works. But what you basically do to swap, I'll do a little how-to here, I guess. You're going to need the engine crane, which you get in your second garage upgrade. Forget what level it is. And then what you have to do is you got to take out the gearbox, you know, and the starter and everything. Take off the drive shaft, the gearbox, and the starter, and your front exhaust pipe. And then you'll be able to pull it out like that, and then what you'll do is you can go over here and then add it to the engine stand. But if you're swapping, what you can do is you can pull it out, and then you'll have it in your inventory, and then you'll just go over here to create new engine. You'll pick the engine you want, for example, and make it like a 2 carb. So you select that, then here it is. It's set up for a 2 carb V8 instead of the 6P that's actually in it. So then you would build the engine up, and then once the engine's kind of completed, you could take it off of here, and then you put it back into this car, and it should actually work, as long as you make sure it's the right swap engine that you can put in it. So if it says you have no items to work with, that means that engine will not work in the car and everything. It's not like a glitch or anything, or you didn't lose the engine. It's just saying you cannot use it in the car. So hopefully those are some helpful tips for you guys for engine swaps. I'll probably do another one once we get the DLCs, and then we can do more engine swaps and more engines and different things that we can do. And maybe we'll get even more options on engines we can swap in there. So if you guys like the video, definitely leave a like, definitely subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell, get notified when my videos are up every day at midnight. Don't forget to check the description, my Patreon, my PayPal. I will see you guys in the next video.